and we are here for the auction reveal. A lot of these items you may have seen, but we've added some new really fun things that we picked up in Vegas, and then also some new things that have come in from our pickers. If you want to just donate monetarily, just money to the college scholarship, we do have an option for you to do that, and so you can do that. I'll put a link up, and I'll describe what the link is for, that you can choose 25, 50, 75, or 100, and that comes through, and we add it to the total that we split amongst our 5 college students. Also, if you want to send in reserve bids, you can still continue to do that. You do that all the way up until 10 a.m. tomorrow, which is an hour before our live 4-hour auction starts for the college scholarship auction. All right, so I'll put that link, that email address up as well. But you want to see the stuff, don't you? And then Paul will say some more things during the stream. All right, so here, let's look at the stuff.
They're saying there's no sound. I don't know why there would not be any sound there. Let me flip it around here. Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully you can hear me all right. So Marina said, Crowher said there's no sound. Sound is fine here? Okay, my internet's always weird. Sounds fine. Yes, good. Yes. Okay, all right, good. Hey, just to remind you that tomorrow, of course, as Heather said, is the College Scholarship Auction. It starts at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we everything that we sell on that College Scholarship Auction and all the donations, you guys are already doing fantastic on those donations. All of that is going to our 5 college students. That is James, Lexi, Riley, Rylan, and Adam. They're all doing a great job, all going to good schools. They all are pretty much geared in social services of some sort. I think Adam's going to help folks that are struggling with cancer. James is going looking at becoming a pastor. Then we have one of the girls wants to be a missionary, the other wants to be a counselor, and then a civil servant. So I think all of them are great occupations to try to go into. Who knows what the Lord will do? It could be interesting how it goes, but a great group of young adults, and it'll go good. Let's see here. Yep, we're back from ASD. Had a great time out there. Got to meet other people that do the same thing we're doing. Got to sit down and talk with them. We had a lunch with them, just kind of impromptu. We both sat at the same table, and they had a store in Arkansas, so it's kind of neat to hear, their struggles of selling things and the things that work for them, things that don't work for them, and then got to talk to somebody as we were getting on the airplane or waiting for our plane to leave. Same thing. They had a store out in California. They're in a tourist area, so just really neat to get to talk to people. But excited about some of the stuff that came in here. I'm going to show you those, and as Heather said, she'll put the link up in the chat here soon for you to be able to send those reserves. Also, kind of an update there. Heather just impromptu came up with the way to donate to the College Scholarship Auction right there on the website. And yesterday, even with the 30% off sale, I know it was a little different. Like if you donated $100, it was like it only took off $70 for you, because you got the deal, But even with all that, you guys raised $1,000 already. That is awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for helping them. And looking forward to see what happens. We are going to play some auction games on that there. So when it'll be a little different. So you'll get potentially get a free prize. Some of the things we brought back from ASD, I thought would be cool prizes to give you guys. In the cash and carry section, we found a lot of cool stuff. So we'll be doing some prizes. There'll be a trivia game open for anyone. And then some of the games are if you win the bid, you're the final bid, you'll get an extra prize. Some are mystery prizes, and some you'll know right off the bat what you're going to get. So I think it'll be a fun times. Can you give out golden tickets? Yes, the golden tickets. What we're going to do is if we raise $5,000 for the College Scholarship Auction, which I think is very doable. If we raise $5,000, everybody will get a 10% discount card that bought something on the sale that day. It'll go right in your box. If we raise $10,000, you'll get a 10% discount and a 20% discount card. They're only good for like one-time uses, but that's the way they always have been. And then if we raise $15,000, you'll get a 10% discount card, a 20% discount card, and a 30% discount card. Just trying to incentivize. And I have no idea if it goes higher than that, which would be amazing. That would help the college peoples out a lot. So let me turn this around so you can see all the fun stuff. There's a few differences, and you'll see some of the differences. And I also have to clear up the Elvis thing. I will probably do that here shortly. All right. Let's see if I can get this turned around. Move this here for a second. Give me 1 second and see what they did there. Okay, cool. All right, very good. I have some of the reserved bids that people have sent in already also. This is the Wild Bill Hickok gun knife. To be honest with you, I was trying to figure out why these are going so high. I went to 5 different knife companies. That's all of the knife companies that were there. And no one makes these anymore. At least none of them. And I brought that up and they said, yes, these guys are going very high for a lot of people that are out there. So I thought that is awesome. It's cool to be able to know that. So you got the Wild Bill Hickok Sherry Plastic, already has it at $30. So that's the reserve right now. You'll have to be higher than 30 if you're interested in the gun knife there. Here's a few other little fun little nuggets that we picked up from the ASD. They're all little leather, like a coin pouch there, little wristlet maybe. That's how you want to do that there. But I got the monkey, the bear, the little turtle. There's his head popping up there. The turtle and the frog. There you go. There's some little bit of differences there. I got a $2 bill there. Somebody said there's something special about the year. It's 1953. 1953 Series A. 1953 Series A. And you got the red letters on that one there. Okay, now I got to clear up the Elvis thing. Someone had brought this in, sold it to me, and said this is Elvis's signature. This is not Elvis's signature, and I am very, very bummed. I've almost thought about just taking this completely off. Heather, can you record that, please?
What's that?
Eugenia Butron donated $100. Thank you, Eugenia, for doing that there. This is the signature of the artist that did this, and I was super bummed. They even showed me, the person that brought it in to show this to me said, yeah, it's Elvis's signature, and they pulled up on their phone and said, see, it matches the other Elvis signatures, and they showed me a bunch of signatures like that. So me never seeing Elvis's signature, I went, oh, cool. I feel taken. So I don't even know if I'm going to put it on there. But anyway, if I get a reserve bid, then I'll put it on there. If I don't get a reserve bid, I'm just going to take it off there because I'm so bummed to buy it. But anyway, apparently it's not Elvis's signature. It is the signature of the artist that did that. I think Nobody Witches also pointed that out last Thursday, and then I was like, no, I know it's true because they showed me the link, but no, it wasn't true, and I am sad. But it is cool if you want it. If somebody sends a reserve, fine. If they don't, then I'll just remove it there. Okay, this is the welcome Elvis little plaque here. They're there. Welcome home. And then I've got to the RDC 1949 home. And then Yvonne Wilford's got a reserve on this one at $30 right now. $30 right there. What'd you say, Heather?
Reserve email is up.
Send in reserve bids at hookedonpickin@gmail.com. By 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, our live 4-hour auction starts on Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Heather's got that up there also. And on hookedonpickin.com right now, to let you know, actually, they're listing all the stuff that we just got on there. Nobody Witches, you just hopped on. I explained this over here. Nobody Witches was correct, and I am bummed. That's not Elvis' signature. It's sad. Okay, so this one here is $30. Yvonne Wilford's already got that one reserved, so you have to go higher than that. Then I've got the Dale Earnhardt here. Dale Earnhardt little knife sets. Got the knife, the wallet, and the keychain. It's got the nice 10 here. Raggedy Ann's got that one right now at $25, so you'd have to be higher than that there. This coin lot, this is all 90% silver. There's 7 Mercury Dimes from 1939 all the way to 1945. The significance of that is that these are the dimes. This is the World War II era dimes. So from 1939 to 1945 is World War II. They're all 90% silver, so we'll have that at $100. $100 will be the reserve. That's our normal reserve on those dimes that way. Then we have really cool little cast iron turtle. Looks like a stepping stone of some sort. Maybe it's something different. Maybe it's meant to be a trivet or whatnot, but real heavy, really cool little piece there. Another dad donated the dimes and this, and got some other donations coming up here. I got the Don't Tread on Me knife there. Raggedy Ann's got that one also at $10. $10 reserve so far by Master Barlow. Or excuse me, not Master. No, I think it is Master. I think the R is on there too. You still think it's an amazing piece? I feel like I've been taken by it, though. I thought it was Elvis for sure. That's how it was sold to me. So if it's still something, if somebody sends in reserve, nobody wishes, I'll leave it on there. If not, I'll just remove it. Then I've got a couple of the souvenir spoons here. I've got a $15 reserve on both. So we're going to sell these spoons as a set or as a lot. Raggedy Ann's got that at $15 reserve. So you have to be higher than that if that's what you're interested in. It looks like Holland there. And then this one I thought was neat because it looks like it's a coin of some sort in there. Probably might have been a series or something, but I thought that was neat. I haven't seen one like that. Is it a Ibiza? Then I got a cool, this is a all metal there, eagle there, brass eagle, looks pretty neat there. It's got to be 60s, probably 60s, late or early 70s to late 60s probably on that eagle. I got the Abraham Lincoln little bust here. Let's see, I already have a reserve at $20 on the Abraham Lincoln little bust there. Let's see, it's not huge. Let's see on the palm of my hand there. Very cool though. I got the cool copper tones there. Okay, coming up here, I've got a couple of crystal pieces here. I got the crystal dolphin. Really pretty crystal dolphin there. I got the crystal basket, both of those things you saw. And then I had somebody come in and add to my Ozzie Smith little collection there. I got the Ozzie Smith bobblehead. You get this if you had gone to the night at the St. Louis Cardinal Stadium, Busch Stadium. It was like a promotional giveaway. Same thing with the ball. But the book's a little bit different. Let me move some of this over so I can get to the book. And I'm going to sell that as a lot, the Ozzie Smith lot here. Okay, this is Ozzie Smith, The Road to Cooperstown. So beautiful condition. So somebody brought this in, and so I'm going to add that to the Ozzie Smith's lot. He is a Hall of Famer there. Really cool. So you get the book, the bobblehead, and the ball. The book, the bobblehead, and the ball will all be one money. I thought that'd be cool, especially if you're a Cardinal fan, St. Louis Cardinal fan. I got a little pewter dish set there. Norge, that Norway. Somebody said it last time I was on there. But nice little pewter set. I'll probably keep that as a set. And then it depends on what you guys want to do on the plates. I'll probably do the plates separately. They're the Norman Rockwell, unless somebody sends in reserve and says, hey, I want all three for one money. You got the Norman Rockwell plate sets there. Is there any way to get the estimated taxes to become part of our donation when we donate on the site? The estimated taxes. I don't know. I don't know what that is, Margaret. But anyway, there you go there. Those are the Norman Rockwell plates there. And I need to back up and see if there's any other questions anybody has. Awesome items. Don't forget thumbs up. Yep. Thank you, Marcia. Okay. Keep going down this way here. I've got a couple of the neat little glass art pieces there. I've got the twisted stem glass art, $20. Heather, can you record that? No Appendix Club, $10. Thank you. I'm being charged $8.44 estimate taxes on my donation. Yeah, sorry. That's it's probably the taxes taken out of it of some sort. $20 right there on the twisted stem glass art. Robin Berg's got a reserve on that one. And then Robberg's got a reserve on this one. I believe that's a ring holder. They might both technically be ring holders. But that green one there at $10. These two don't have reserves on them as of yet, but beautiful little glass paperweights. They're not resin. Glass. I couldn't find any glass paperweights at the show. A lot of resin, but not glass. And then I've got the tray with the little green bowls there. Robberg's got a $10 reserve on that one there. So that'd be cool there on that there. Evelyn says the "Don't Tread on Me" is on the flag of New Hampshire. Yeah, I believe so, but I think it's a there is a flag, right? There's the "No Tread on Me." I think it was a colonial flag, right? Back in the colonial period, I think that's when it first popped up. Robin Berg here is the sand art. It's got the sand art at $20 on this one here. Real neat there. I think that's pretty. Somebody had patience. Beautiful vase here. It's got an older sticker, an Esco there, made in Japan. Beautiful glass there. I've got the elephant, the soapstone elephant. Renee Heffern's got this, the elephant at $40 right now. So if you want the elephant, you'll have to go higher than 40 on the reserve. And then of course these are just reserves, and then we'll go up from there. Laura's Clips donated $50. If you'd record that there, Heather. Heather's got a master sheet over there. I think those are for tea, right? I think it's what we had also that we talked about last time. Nice little teapot. And then I've got this little wooden box with the tiger. Margaret Smikle's got this reserved at $18. So I have to go higher than 18 if you're interested in that one there. Put that tag down there for us. So, neat box. Pretty inside and out. And then the coat of arms, Lynn Velthouse has that at $25 is the reserve that she's got on that one to start. Heather, Margaret Locko, I'll just say 100. Margaret Locko donated $100 there. Does Teapot have more? It just says Pure One, Tracy. Just says Pure One on the bottom of that teapot. Okay, coming up here, top up there, I've got a few necklaces here. Really pretty Tree of Life, little gold chain there. Not real gold, but just a nice gold tone chain there. Here's a nice one there. Michelle will be, you can send in a reserve bid. Heather, would you put in that link there to where they send in the reserve bid? Michelle, Heather's going to put up in the chat there where you can send in a reserve bid. But it's just a reserve bid. We'll be doing a live auction tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time right here on this YouTube channel, okay? I thought this was a pretty necklace there. Got a real stone on this here. Nice stone. And nice little chain there. These chains here are sterling silver. Nice little sterling silver chains. I believe 18-inch chains. And then I've got the nice little owls. And these are stones also. That's tiger's eye stone there. Real pretty. That's a pink stone. Probably pink quartz probably on that there. All polished up there for you. Got some CocaCola that came in. I think I have 3 pieces. Probably for like a Christmas village. But you got the CocaCola, you got the service station, Tucker's Garage, you got the Coca-Cola O'Leary's Market, and Coca-Cola Theater playing White Christmas. So there you go there. Revolutionary War is origin of Don't Tread on Me. What did I say? Did I say Civil War? I thought it's Revolutionary War. I meant Revolutionary War if I didn't. Like Founding Fathers time period. This was a cool box that I was able to find. Do we need to send a pick with the reservation, with the reserve? Sometimes that helps, but like if you can say, hey, I want all 3 of the Coca-Cola pieces, or I want the Tucker's Garage Coca-Cola piece. Well, I know which one that is, right? I can find that, but you know, but pictures are helpful at times, you know. Cool wooden box. I think. Vietnam, probably coins. But neat wood box. Got some age to it, of course. Can I see where the cord goes in? Yep, cord goes on these right in the back there. See there? And then that connects to a bulb. And it has that little divot there so you can move it around. The American Classics collection. There we go. Okay, let's see. Beautiful glass piece here. I thought that was beautiful. I like how that blue pops there with the, I think it's like a peacock or some kind of bird. There. Got some Longabergers. We always get us some Longabergers. This is the class of 2010 Longaberger basket. And then I got a little bit more of a Christmas theme. You got the holly. Nice little basket. You've got the Longaberger Christmas Collection 2000 edition Deck the Halls basket there. And then I got the Longaberger Christmas Collection 1997 edition, the Snowflake basket. It's got its little plastic insert there too. Fabric, great condition on all of those there. Okay, coming on down here, I've got some of those salt and peppers. Many of you remember these already. But I've got the Beatles. That now has a $15 reserve. I can't read the person. I think it's Len Velthouse, but they've sent in a $15 reserve on the Beatles. Then I've got the Feet in the Sandals, salt and pepper. Nothing screams pass me the salt and pepper like, you know, them passing you a foot. And then I've got Rooster salt and pepper shakers. I got the bunnies that are hugging. They're like hugging bunnies. Isn't that cool? These are little salt and pepper shakers. I've got little stoves there. Salt and pepper shaker. This one is a cool one. Look at that salt and pepper shaker. It's a little hobo salt and pepper shaker. I think that's what they're called. And then I can't remember who we said these were. I think they were older actors. But there they are. Salt and pepper shakers there. I've got the ducks. Jesus feet and sound. Yeah. I don't know if they're Jesus feet, but there you go. You got the ducks that are salt and pepper shaker. And then here's cool. You've got the cowboy boot, probably for toothpicks. And then the salt and pepper shaker saddles right there. It's a cool little set. Got a couple of the dolls. Some of these dolls are probably a little on the pricier side there. I do have one tag here. This tag is I Am Pumpkin, an Annabelle durable doll. And then I've got this gal right there. So nice dolls there. Somebody said that this one was pretty expensive on that one there. I'm trying to remember. I think the tag is on the neck, if I remember correctly. Oh, there it is by her hair. Let's see if I can move this down and show you one more time on this one here. Rebecca by Madame Alexander. Made in the USA, New York, USA. Well, look at that. It's got to be expensive. It was made in America. Gotta be expensive, because we don't make nothing no more. There you go. And then we've got a Barbie, Angel of Joy. I do have a reserve on this one, $25. Raggedy Ann sent a $25 reserve on the Barbie. Coming down over here, I've got a couple of the bird figurines. I've got the little chicken. I think that is an egg holder. Those can be worth some money. Yes, those dolls can. I've got the Dr. Seuss mug. Everybody loves Dr. Seuss. Hard not to, right? And then you got the little pewter chicken on the wooden base. It's kind of a cool little piece here. It's got a little Canadian coin. And then the artist there, 1983. No, 1984. It says 83, but that says 1984. There you go. Eddie Clark, maybe? Another glass paperweight there. Little hummingbird says love. You got the nice little bear votive holder there. I got a really nice cookbook. A little older cookbook there. Great Italian cooking. Great Italian cooking. Of course, you have to have a brass cannon. It's very important to have a brass cannon, and that is an amazing brass cannon. I got a little milk glass piece here. Nice. Maybe a candy dish. You know, pretty. And coming up over here, we've got Precious Moments. Always going to have some precious moments there for you. There we go. Lot of little precious moments figurines there. And then some of the things you hadn't seen, I think it stopped here last time. You got the little willow tree piece there, but then I've got some sterling silver rings. These are all 925 and beautiful. I found a whole new supplier of sterling silver rings while I was there. A couple men out of Canada started a business, not Canada, California started a business, and really, really good. Was there an autograph with the Ozzie Smith set? It's just auto-penned autograph. It's not his real signatures. Like Ozzie didn't hold the ball and sign it, Riddle. But it does. It was a promotional giveaway at a Cardinal game. The bobblehead was, the ball was, the book wasn't. Somebody just brought that to me today. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put it with this. This is a size 7 sterling silver ring. I'm going to start them at $20. I've got a size 9 sterling silver ring, and that's a beautiful stone in that there. Most of these are semi-precious stones on that there. And then size 11, which we don't usually get size 11s, but I bought all the way up to size 13s. So I've got, I think, even some size 4s to size 13 rings that I bought. And if you guys like them, I'll keep rebuying them from that company. I've got Legend of the Buffalo Nickel. I think I've sold some of these before, but it's been a long time, so I was glad to get these back. Yes, if you want to just donate to the college student fund, it's right there. Go to hookedonpickin.com, and then you can see it there to just donate. I think there's $25, $50, $75, and $100 donations, depending on how you want to do it. This I never have sold. I thought this was really neat. Check this out. Some of you have heard of this before. Strange but true. The various similarities between Lincoln and Kennedy. What is the size 9 stone? I don't know. What do you think that is? It looks pretty though, doesn't it? I took the tag off already. It had a little tag on it. But I think it's beautiful. Strange but true. Lincoln and Kennedy there. And they have all these different facts about them. And then you've got the coins that correspond to that there. And then I've got the Gold Rush. These are layered in 24 karat gold. Layered. They're not solid gold, but they're layered in gold. And this is every state that the Gold Rush was in America. And then I've got some penny collections. These are always kind of fun to see. The turn of the century there. You got the 1899 Indian head penny, 1900, 1901 Indian head penny, and then the Lincoln pennies, the corresponding 1999, 2000, and 2001 neat set. And then this is the Spirit of American West coin and stamp collection that are there. Some nice coins in there too. Cool. And moving down here, cool old jars. This has the old bingo balls in there. They're numbered, I believe. This has got the old, looks like dominoes in there, but definitely older there. There is some little pitting and stuff on this metal thing here. Not enough that it's going to break, but it's an older one. So, and then you've got a jar of marbles, not a glass jar, a plastic jar, but cool. Get you some marbles. A lot of people know way more about marbles than I do, but I think they look neat. There you go. That one's got some writing on it. What's it say? Walker Young something. I don't know. Anyway, somebody does. A couple glass paperweights. You got the glass heart paperweight. You got a blue ball paperweight with the stars on it. You get a paperweight. You got the blue Dolphin paperweight. It's a pretty one. Another crystal piece here. Nice little crystal right there. Another crystal votive holder there. Really pretty. And then we've got the Wild and Crazy plate. Amish children riding a carousel. There it is. And then you've got the cool, looks like a hat there, but it's a cookie jar. Look at that there. What an amazing cookie jar. Need to move it so the butterfly's close to the flower. Or maybe not. So we got that there. There will probably be a few more items also that that will potentially pop up. I know I've had a few others say, hey, we're sending you stuff. Certificate of authenticity on the sword here. Nice sword there, and it's got, that's the branding on the sword. It's not like an ancient sword, but it is by an actual swordsmith, and there's the man's signature that is in there. The craftsman signs every piece that he does there. So, and I think if you take, I think you have to take the handle off to find his signature on the handle. So I've got the card there to help you there too. And then we've got wonderful Anne. Thank you so much. I believe it was Anne. Give me a second. I have your note over here. I'm going to read your name real quick. Yes, Anne, thank you so much for sending in the quilts. So I think that'll be something fun at the auction there. We got these quilts here. I think I've got 5, I think. Or 6. I think I got 6 then. What are the size of the quilts? I don't really know. We'll try to hold them up for you as time moves on. I've got this one, this blue one. This one's a little bit larger. And I think Anne made these, if I'm not mistaken. So thank you, Anne, if I understood that right. And I think this one's a little larger too down here. So, and then just got these today. I believe it was Kathleen Farmer that sent these in. Oh, these look neat. Little angels there. They look a little older. They're more vintage. Definitely vintage. They've got the older sticker on them, don't they? Artco something? Is it made something in Dallas, made in Japan? So you got some neat little pieces there. You got the angels there. This was a really neat piece. This is from Delft Blue, made in Holland. And these are like little, these are not attached. To see how they are, they're like little ornaments. There's no way I can get it back on. Ooh, nope, did it? Look at that. So that's neat. She sent in a couple of these tins here. Barnum's Animals Cracker tin. Got this other tin here. I think I have some 10 lots from another viewer that I'll be putting out here too eventually. We just were pretty busy with all the stuff going on. Neat little clock, London clock. Looks like it's working. That's a pretty clock. It was nice of her to send these in. And then a nice little, I think, is that espresso maybe? No, little cup. And then that neat little piece there from Holland. There you go. It's a pretty little windmill there. Let's see. Could you put the link to place a reserve? Heather, could you put the link to place a reserve again? Heather's going to put that up there in just a second here. Okay, I got one more shelf, or 3 more shelves to be able to go through. On all the animals I showed you last week, only one has a reserve, and it's the large raccoon. That is already at $20. None of the other animals got a reserve, but the large raccoon did get a $20 reserve. So we got this guy at $20. And then we've got a ton of other animals. There's no way I'm going to be able to get through them all, I don't think. Right? So if you for sure want an animal, a figurine, make sure to put it, send in a reserve so that I can make sure that I have it on the sale. But I'll try to do as many as I can. But this is all from Dad. He just loaded me up with all kinds of cool little animal figurines. I like the squirrel going through the log there. That duck there is made in Brazil. That's neat. You got quail. You got bald eagle there. Coming over here. I know these are cast iron. Both these are cast iron ducks. You got ducks and a hawk and more ducks. And then you got some wooden little ducks. Got a little deer, little birds, pheasant. Another cool little deer figurine. I don't see any damage on any of these. We'll bubble wrap the best we can. A lot of them are, that one is definitely vintage. You can tell by the make. Probably 60s, 1960s, my guess. Probably made in Japan. Cool eagle there. Neat little eagle there. Got a quail here. More ducks. And then I've got some larger wooden ducks there. You got the dog. Got another quail. I think that's another eagle. Couple more ducks there. How long is the auction going to be? Usually 4 hours, somewhere between 4 and 5 hours, Teresa. That's how we go. And then you got a whole bunch of the other of these animals down here. I probably could just keep the auction going forever with some folks. They would just enjoy it. But I don't think I'm capable of doing that, so we won't. All kinds of animals, just ducks and birds and ducks. So I'm trying to go a little slower, so maybe if something catches your eye, go ahead and send in a reserve so I can make sure I have it on there. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do them all, but there you go. And then these are Merrymakers. It was a series. Somebody brought these in also. So these two guys are bells. You got Calvin the candy cane striper and Potter the peppermint dude. And then you've got these fellers. I have all the original boxes to go with them, and they're styrofoam boxes, so they should go nice. Let's see. You and Heather are going to need a breather soon or risk exhaustion. Take care of yourself. We're actually having a good time. We enjoy our time. And then I've got all of these brooches here. All of these brooches are $10 brooches. They already have a reserve. I believe Robinberg sent in a $10 reserve on each of these guys here. So these brooches will for sure be on the auction. Some really pretty brooches. And I got a couple other brooches there. This was another one that somebody sent in. Barbara Duesenberry sent in a $10 reserve on the Crusader brooch there. And then the bicycle brooch, that has a $20 reserve on the bicycle brooch. Somebody sent in a reserve on that. Will you be making some lots together? Sometimes. Yeah, it depends on how things are going. And also, since I have a whole bunch more people on, I've got a few more things to show you. But we are going to be playing auction games. So just for watching the auction, some of you will be able to participate in that there. We have that as a trivia round, so if you can guess Hooked on Pickin' Trivia, you'll get a prize. And then we have rounds if you win the bid. Like if you win this bicycle brooch, you'll be able to draw a number, or give me a number between 1 and 20, and then you'll get a prize on that. And sometimes I'll just show you a prize, and then whoever wins it will get the prize along with whatever they win. So we're trying to do what we can to make it just as much fun as we can for the college scholarship auction. So all of these brooches don't have reserves, but they're beautiful brooches. There we go. Nice. Trying to show you, just go a little slower here. Let me move this box over. Look at all the brooches. We got brooches galore. I found like 3 more companies that I just saw walls of brooches, and I'm like, there's a brooch for anything and everything out there. Some of them were really expensive, and I'm like, okay, I won't be buying those brooches, but they were beautiful. So all kinds of cool stuff you find when you go to those shows. I look forward to it. You get different ideas, and just a lot of fun to go through them. Okay, well, that is all that I have right now. There might be a few other things that do randomly show up in the auction there. Remember, you can send in a reserve, but you got to have all your reserves sent in by 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. right here on hookedonpickin@gmail.com. And then the auction starts at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time right here on this YouTube channel. So looking forward to that. Remember, we have 5 college students. We got James, Lexi, Riley, Rylan, and Adam. Let's see, 3 are freshmen? No, 2. 2 are freshmen.
2 are freshmen.
I got a junior, 2 sophomores, and 2 freshmen in college.
Yep. And they're all basically trying to go debt-free to school, and so we're going to help try to spur that on, and they're amazing workers for us, and so we're really excited. We're excited about all the fun extra activities we're going to be doing on the auction, so we love to have as many people as possible to join us, so definitely share the link with your friends. You can forward our text messages to anybody who you would like, and so we're really excited about all of that. So we'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. for the 4-hour auction. It'll probably might go, we've been actually going about 4.5 hours lately, so just kind of take that time frame into consideration. And then also, if you do want to donate just directly monetarily to the college students, we do have a link that I put up in the chat. It's also at the top of this video description. You can also go to hookedonpickin.com, scroll all the way down to the very front page. You don't even have to go to a different page, and the link is there as well. So you can find many different ways to be able to donate, and I did record everybody who donated on this live stream right now. So all of that is recorded for the college students as well. We're really excited about this auction. It's going to be a really, really fun time. And we've got a lot of fun games, trivia, like he said, all lined up for this auction. Thanks so much for joining us on this reveal. Send in those reserve bids to hookedonpickin@gmail.com. We'll take them all the way up until 10 a.m. tomorrow. All right, thanks so much for joining us. And remember, in the end, Jesus wins.